Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 7th, 8th, and 9th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to my channel, what you want to do is, I would hope you watch the introduction at least once, but this will be tagged on to all the videos in the beginning. If you want to go straight, or if you're a cross-watcher and you want to go straight to the readings, then go right down there. There's a timestamp in the description, and you can just bypass this. Watch at least once though, please. Anyway, you know that when I'm doing the weekend, I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull one also from my Doreen and Grant Virtue Angels of Abundance. That's fairly new. And of course, my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for this introduction, what we do is we look at the world, the universe at large, and I will be using my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember though, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. Whatever the words are, I try not to get too much in the way of it, okay? So higher power to me is God, Source, Holy Spirit, but to you, it may be somebody or something different. That's okay. Anyway, so what's going on here on the 7th? Just to kind of just do what's going on in the world. Mercury, which is in Virgo, will be trining, which is a good position with Pluto that still is retrograde in Capricorn. However, Capricorn is going to be going direct, and so what's going to happen is it is stationary right now. So Mercury is the planet of fast actions, fast energies. There's a lot of communications that comes with Mercury. Mercury likes to be in Virgo. That is a Earth planet. Capricorn is also an Earth planet. Pluto has been reconstructing it's been in a reconstruction mood since 2008 when it entered into Capricorn. So it is reconstructing a lot of things in the earthly realm. So the two of it, so you might hear some communication. We might hear something about what Pluto is doing. They're in a good position. They're liking each other. So the news may not necessarily be so harsh as it might be something that's very welcoming. However, on the 8th of October, that's when Pluto starts to go direct. Again, it's a stationary direct. It's almost like Pluto is just sitting there right now, and it's just kind of playing in its Capricorn world, and it's kind of deciding how we're going to reconstruct, because Pluto has had a lot of destruction in the world of Capricorn, and now because Pluto will be going into Aquarius soon enough, 2023, it goes back and forth a little bit into Aquarius, and that's going to be all about the reconstruction of our thoughts and how we look at things and how we think about things and how we learn. So that's all up here when it starts doing that. Capricorn is with what we're doing with our hands, what we're doing with our lives. It's very tangible reconstruction energy. So on the 8th, it's going to go direct, but it's called stationary direct. So it's just kind of sitting there right now. On the 9th of October, we have a full moon in Aries. Now, this full moon will also be playing with some of the planets too. So the full moon will be in conjunction with Jupiter, which is retrograde in Aries. So that's a really positive source. It's a really positive energy for us. It is sextile with Saturn and Mars. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. So sextiling it's just kind of a, like a here or there. It's not necessarily really forceful, but it's not bad at all. In fact, it's kind of like a buddy that maybe you haven't seen for a while. However, the full moon in Aries will be squaring with Pluto in Capricorn. So that's where Aries is going to try to get Pluto to make some moves. It's kind of like telling Pluto, hey, you know what? We're done with a lot of this garbage. Start doing the reconstruction part on the physicality part. So It's going to be, but we don't know how Pluto's going to react to that. We don't know how Pluto is going to be. Is Pluto going to go along with that Aries energy? You know, remember we had the new moon in Libra, which is all about balance, and then we have this fiery Aries moon. And remember, it is, even though it's, you know, sextile isn't necessarily a strong partnership, it is still a partnership with Jupiter also in Aries too. So Aries wants good stuff. Aries wants stuff to start changing for the positive, and it's trying to push Pluto a little bit more into making some better changes, okay? Better choices. Pluto, it's time for you to make some better choices. So the full moon will be in Aries, in October 9th. That will be at 4:54 p.m. Eastern Time. And then it was interesting, Pluto goes direct at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Time also. So there are some fives. So that could be some change. Either way, these are some strong energies, and it could either be something very positive or it might be something that's just not darn too pretty. Okay? Anyway, let's see what we've got going now. Let's go on and see what we have with the Waite Rider Tarot. What do we have from our higher power for this weekend, and especially with the full moon? And regardless of what the full moon is, and regardless the energies that try to square it or oppose it or try to rough it up a little bit, it is still a great time to release, relinquish, and request. And the more we put out the positive energy, the more that gets picked up also. So, like I said, release what's, or I've said in the past, release what's no longer needed, release what's holding you back, relinquish what's no longer needed, and request the good stuff, because good stuff it's okay to ask for. Okay, we've been kind of conditioned not to expect miracles, and to me, miracles happen all the time. So let's see what we've got here. Remember, anything reversed has stronger energies. For me, let's see what we've got. So now we have a 3 of Cups. So the number, and it was reversed. Now this is a celebratory energy. This is something like good things are happening. Things are moving. It's an emotional energy here too, because Cups is our Aquarius. It is our Pisces. It is our Cancer. It's also our Scorpio energy. We're about to turn into Scorpio. Scorpio is the next season. Neptune is still retro in Pisces, so it's going deep and looking into our subconscious. What is it that we've been wanting? But this is, again, so this is Cups. This is 3. 3 has celebratory energy, creative energy, and it's the power of 3. So power of 3 energy is not a bad thing to do, especially around the full moon. So get a couple of buddies, get a couple of friends, and really put out the positive energy. And you can do with the full moon 3 days before, 3 days after. All of that does have an effect. But this is celebration. This has things coming to a better positioning. I know sometimes, the universe doesn't necessarily feel like it's, has a lot to celebrate about, but something is going on, something emotionally, something spiritually is going on. There's a spiritual, maybe a spiritual celebration about to occur. Here we go. Next card is, now we have a 10. So 10 is a transitional number. We have a 1, new beginning. A 0 is God's source energy. But transition means we're moving on. We're moving. We're making some changes here. And the Wheel of Fortune this is a major arcana. So this is a very high universal card. And this is kind of saying there's been a lot of spiritual energy, that from that 0 to 9, there's been a lot of spiritual makeovers, spiritual ascensions, and now we're transitioning. If you think about what comes after transition, we have 11, which is justice, we have the 13, which is death, we have, the devil. We have a little bit more to go through, but on the other side of all that becomes the star, becomes the sun, becomes the world. So there is a lot of positive. It's just keep going. We just have some more to go through, but on the flip side, there is much better energies waiting us. Here we go. Next card is Now, this is again reversed. This is our rods. Rods are our fire sign. So there's Aries, full moon, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, passionate, burning, determined energy, very consuming energy. So it takes the spirituality of the cup energy and it just makes it flame. It just makes it go after what you want. Now, twos are partnerships, decisions, crossroads. It could be, it could just be something that we have some choices about. The two of rods is a positive decision, is a decision that, it's like, here he is. He's got his two. He's got his hand on one. So it does look like a decision has been made. But he has the world awaiting him also. So this is a positive decision. This is a positive movement. But we also have this. So even though he has his hand on this, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is totally on board or totally, with this decision. He could change his mind. But it is something where you really step up. The two of rods is stepping up, and it's just, I do feel like there's a decision that's been made. Okay, so now the two other energies we haven't talked about is our air energy or our sword energy. That is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We are in Libra season. Lots of stuff going on with Gemini. Mars is in Gemini right now. It is direct for the moment, and we have Saturn, which is direct for the moment. It will be, switching over to, I'm sorry, it's retro. It will be going direct pretty soon. Anyway, an Aquarius is our thought processes, our making plans, our thinking things through. Also, it could be about messages received. And then we have our Pentacles or our earth energy, and that is our Capricorn, our Taurus, and our Virgo energy. And all of them, Mercury in Virgo, Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. It's been there for since 2018, I think it was. I think we talked about that. It'll be there till 2024. And then, of course, we have the good old Pluto, which is just sitting there right now in Capricorn. So let's see what we have. One card here. So here we go. Okay, we have the Queen of Water. Now, all the court cards have dual energies. So one is the underlying energy, so such as the Queen. The Queen's underlying energy is water or cups, okay, emotional, it's fluid. This is also water energy. So Page would have the underlying energy would be Pentacle, earth energy. It is, Page is very adventurous and wants to start on new beginnings. Knight's underlying energy is fire energy, or so it would be the rod's energy, and their underlying energy. While the Page wants to start, the Knight is like, okay, let's go get them. The water energy is emotional, caring. It's very spiritual energy. And then, of course, the King has the air energy. So this is water. This is cups. Very emotional time. So this would be a time that just really, you're going to really want to watch. You're going to want to watch your emotional energies, okay? I have spoken about energies as almost like a currency, so you really want to make sure you're not spending it foolishly. You're not spending it on something that's not going to give you a really good return. So I know that we don't have any earth energy in here. It's water. So the Queen, though, is very caring, is very loving. I'm just kind of feeling like the Queen is just, just doesn't necessarily feel the, she doesn't feel, I'm kind of feeling like this Queen is borderline with hope, okay? She's just wanting and she's hoping and she's wishing. At the same time, she's feeling things extremely deeply. So something's going on with her, but she's also royalty. She's also, steps up. She also puts her, even though her feelings are right out there and just right for everyone to see right now, she does know her job. She does know her duty. So something with this emotional energy, very fluid energy, spiritual energy. So this is, and again, I kind of feel this thing between her vacillating a little bit between a loss of hope, and yet hoping for miracles. Okay, so something about her is interesting, especially since we have celebration, we have wonderful choices, we have this, but even though things are moving forward, like I said, there's going to be some weird, it's still weird times. We still have that because we live in a weird universe right now. So the Queen, I'm just feeling like the Queen is kind of between a loss of hope and hoping for a miracle. I just feel like she's just a little bit in between there. So let me know what you're thinking about this. How did you read this? Because many of you do, so I really appreciate that. Take a moment, please, because this helps. This does help to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Keep me going, and I appreciate you doing that. Also comment. I do love hearing from you. So why don't we start our readings now? Hello, my Pisces. Are you getting ready for the full moon? Remember, you are water signs. The moon has a lot of energies for the water signs. So it's not a bad time at all to use those energies. Now, release, relinquish, request. Those are all the things that I tell you to do around the full moon. You can do 3 days before, 3 days after. Neptune, a lot of subconscious energy going on in Neptune. And at the end of the month, right? Jupiter will be going back into Pisces. I think it's still retrograde, but it will be transitioning into Pisces, and that's your so you have Neptune in Pisces, and you will have Jupiter in Pisces. Both of those are going retrograde, right? Anyway, yeah, I don't think Neptune goes direct for a little bit of time. But anyway, so you're going to have a lot of the subconscious energy, a lot of the things that, deep thoughts, things that you've had hidden, things that you've been wanting to happen for you that just have not been there. So this is a good time for you to make those wishes. It's to make those possibilities, putting them out there to the universe, to God, source, whoever that is for you. So your first card that we have is the Five of Water. The Five of Water is an interesting card because it's kind of like a five. Oh, change. And then we have water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional, spiritual energies. But the Five of Water is about, so there's something changing spiritually, changing emotionally, changing, and it's like, oh, this can't be easy. This can't be good. This can't be feeling right. It's more a case of, do as I say, not as I do type of energy here. So the Five of Water is really like things aren't going the way you necessarily wanted them to go, but they're going this way because it's a better path. But it's not necessarily the way you've been wanting it. So it's like there's some change up here. It doesn't necessarily feel happy, hugs, and all this wonderful, nothing like roses and unicorns. But it's one of these things that when you wait a little bit longer, you're going to see that it's going to be that much better than your way. Okay? So the five, like I said, change, water, your energies. And again, I would say that whatever this change up is this weekend, there's going to be some change up this weekend. You're going to see more of the fruits of it all towards the end of the month when, like I said, when Jupiter backs into Pisces. Okay? So the Five of Water, things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. So yeah, there is the loss of the milk there, but the thing is though, maybe the milk was spoiled. Maybe the milk wasn't the way what you were supposed to be drinking anyway, but you're not seeing the positive in this. It might not necessarily, it just might be, I just don't understand this. Maybe as we get going on, maybe there's going to be some changes to your travel plans, changes to other people's travel plans coming through, and you're just like, why did this have to happen now? You're going to find out. It's just that it won't be this weekend. So just keep the faith, keep hoping things will be better. Just know that it happened for a reason. And as much as I do not like to hear that, the reason will be a good reason for you. Okay? So next card is the Page of Air. So pages, underlying energy is our Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Air is our Aquarius, our Gemini, our Libra. So there's all things going on right now in all those energies. So, there's Saturn is in Aquarius, Mars is in Gemini, and what is it? Venus. Venus is in Libra, and that's the good part. Venus loves to be in Libra. Venus feels comfortable in Libra. She feels good in Libra. So, thought processes, thinking things through, having some plans, making some plans, okay? Now, the other two is just going to be just kind of grumbles. I feel like Mars and Saturn, that they're just grumbling. They're just kind of going, fine, I'll do this. Fine, fine, fine. But Libra, but Venus is all like, this is going to be awesome. Let's just do this. So the page of air, pages are, they've got to start to something. There's something happening. They're initiating something going on. Air kind of says you got to think things through a little bit. Don't just feel. Don't just use all that water energy. I know something might be changing and it might not necessarily make sense to you, but do what it is you know how to do. This could be starting a business where maybe your business plan was rejected and you had to redo your business plan. And again, I don't do money or financials, but I'm kind of getting this business plan. I'm kind of getting this, the plan on this change might be redirected a little bit, but it will work for you. It's not necessarily an easy start. It's not necessarily it's not like it just glides right in, but you've never found anything you haven't worked for to be that challenging, okay? If it just flew in, if it was just, I know sometimes we'd like it. Yeah, Deb, I'd like it a little easier, but this is where you really shine, and you shine well, is by having a little bit of the challenge. Okay, so logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or change to plans. Truth delivered without tact. Well, that's Saturn and Aquarius all over that one. Next card is reversed, the Ace of Earth. So whatever this is going on, it does bring you money. It does bring you a new opportunity. It does bring you a new job, So maybe whatever the job was, maybe you didn't get the one job, but then you're offered something else, okay? And maybe you have to upgrade or update your resume a little bit. Maybe you have to work for the interview a little bit more. But the Ace of Earth, one, new beginning. So we have a 5-1 or a 1-5 here. One, new beginning, new start. Earth is again that Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Money, job, career, tangible energy. This has a lot to do with, some of this, like I told you, you have to work for it a little bit with this page of air. The Ace of Earth is kind of like you luck into it at the same time. So maybe you have to work for it. Maybe you have to be around. You have to speak. You have to be around people, talk to people, and you come upon this new opportunity. So there is an opportunity here. It may have started feeling kind of like, a little wishy-washy, a little bit like what's going to happen, but this is a new opportunity, and it's a new opportunity for something really, really, I feel very happy, very good about, okay? The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents, or contracts. So there's something positive with this energy here. It may not have started out that week. You might have felt, the weekend might not have felt that great. And then it's like, oh, I've got to go to work. I've got to do more. Like I said, it's not an easy transition. It's not, that page of air is kind of like, come on now, Pisces. It's not time for you to just, to cry or sit in bed. It's time for you, just get busy. Just get busy. And then that Ace of Earth is all about, like I said, what did it say? The inflow of abundance. Okay? And it wouldn't have happened except for this change. Here we go. John Holland, what do you have for our Pisces? Here we go. Well, this is a good one too. So we have a 5-1-6, 6-1-5. This is material and spiritual prosperity. Money coming in. Also, too, maybe this, because of whatever this change is, maybe you have a closer connection with your higher power. But either way, it is more. It is more. It might not have felt that way in this 5, and it might not have felt this way with this page. But, one of my favorite sayings is lately is more to come, my Pisces. So let's see, angels of abundance, what do we have for our Pisces here? Like I said, the weekend might not start out all that dramatic or all that great. It might be kind of like, oh, wow. but it gets better. It does get better. Here we go. Let's see what we have for you. Angels of Abundance. There we go. Release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. Well, that connects kind of with this Five of Water, doesn't it? Interesting with this one. I've not seen this one. I don't think I've seen this one. So money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. Interesting. Interesting card with that. Now remember, money can also be your energies. Remember, energies, money, they could, they're intertwinable. So here we go. So you might be resentful because you put all your energies towards something and the results doesn't come out the way you thought they'd be. Well, you know what? So release the resentment. Say, hey, I'm doing this because I want to. Anyway, let's see what crystal or energy we have that'd be helpful for my Pisces with this. Let's see. So let me know how that all worked out for you. Okay. Moonstone. Moonstone. Female fertility, calming emotions, attracting new love, growth. A good time for this with the full moon. Anyway, my Pisces, what did this mean? What did it mean? Let me know. Comment below, please. Like, share, subscribe, click on that bell for notifications. As always, my Pisces, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.